First of all, thank you all for your time. I know Athens Bar Show, it's busy, it's crazy, and you are all here to enjoy, but also to learn something. I hope you will enjoy the next 30 minutes in my presentation. Thank you for your time today here. So, first question before I start. How many bartenders we have in the room? Or ex-bartender or people working the bar industry? Wow, quite a lot. Fantastic. So, I think you, in your bartender's life, you had many occasions to work with many different ingredients. One of the most trendy ingredients that's popping up last few years is acid. Okay. So I will start with first introduction about a little bit about myself, but today we'll talk a little bit about the world of acid, because nowadays it's a really popular topic. Many bartenders are using it, and I want to share with you our experience, my experience behind the work of Paragon, behind how we built Paragon as a cordial with many different brands, many different acids. So on this knowledge, we understood how important acid are in the bartender world, but also what acid are, because it's not acid just acidity, it's many other things. So I will try in this half hour to explain you a little bit more about acid. So first of all, they told me, like, you're coming, yes, for the fourth time in Athens. You're doing the fourth presentation seminar. Please welcome, guys, join us. But you know, every presentation you need to explain a little bit more about yourself. Who are you? Who is the speaker? So I will try to do it very fast. So I'm Misel. Yeah, when I was born, they told me you're Misel, so I'm Misel. I'm coming from a small country close to you, Croatia. My whole life, I'm in the bartender world, actually in the hospitality world. When I was born, you know, in Croatia, the first thing that you get, it's a ball, you know, to play football. This is the first thing that you give you. So in my first 18 years of my life, I was playing football. I was looking like this, almost like. And my family was owning the restaurants. So for the day one, I was inside the hospitality industry. After some time, I realized that I'm not the best player. I'm not Luka Modric or these people like this. So I chose another career. I studied hospitality. I took my backpack. I went to Italy because I'm coming from a small city close to the border with Slovenia and Italy. So we are native speaking Italian. So I went to Milano, I took my backpack, I went to one of the best bartender schools in Italy, I finished my university there also, and I started my bartender career. This is today. So last 8 years, I'm part of the morning team, morning company, and I'm taking care today about Paragon. I'm a global brand manager, brand ambassador of Paragon. So if you have any question about Paragon, we can stand here, you can try. We will explain you the world of Paragon. But also, I'm owning the bar in Zagreb, which is Supreme. If you are on the way to come to Zagreb or to Croatia, please pop up to our bar to discover what we're doing there. So we are more than happy to host you there. Okay, so this is a little bit about me. Ready for the acid story. So when I start my research about acid, the only thing that I can find, or you go to the really chemical stuff that nobody understands, because we didn't do the chemical university, and the only thing that I can find was David Arnold's book, that he was one who was talking a little bit more about acids, and the following very inspirational sentence about that is using acid in the cocktails sits to the point where science meets art, because we, as a bartender, we are kind of artists, okay? And so we are not playing with brands, with bottles, we are playing with ingredients. We need to know very well our liquids. We need to know very well what we are using, because you can like brand or not, but the liquid you are using, you're not using the brand. So you need to know very well what is the liquid, what is inside the bottle to be able to create something. Okay? So this was the first point that I realized how important actually the acid can be. So, but you know, for our world, you know, as a bartender, the bartender life changed quite a lot in the last 10 years. To be able to understand why we choose this approach to build Paragon, but also to talk today about acid a little bit more deeper, a little bit more in detail, I start with kind of evolution of the bartender. You can laugh, but it's real what is happening. You can read any book in the world in the last 100 years, and you will find out that it's not a big change. But in the last 10 years, from 2010 to 2024, it's kind of a lot of changes. The bartenders, the evaluation of the bartenders, it's massive, it's huge, and we change quite a lot. Our behavior, our thinking, how we are developing drinks, but also all the industry changed a lot. So just to be aware about this a little bit, so this was the bartender last 100 years, very chic, very white shirt, straightforward. That was the style. I remember when I was getting the first job in Milano, I came a little bit not shaved, with the bird, and the manager told me, "Yeah, I can't cut, so go home, shave yourself, come back." Okay. Today's bartenders are like this, a little bit more hipster. Like if you don't have a tattoo, you're not a bartender, anymore. So this is the first approach how bartenders change a little bit. Second, it's about techniques. Please join us. About techniques, if you count like 100 years ago, you can read any book in the world, you'll find stirring, shaking, muddling, all of this technique. And the only thing that happens, like with this amazing guy, with this film, it's a little bit of playing with bottles, with bartenders using bottles to entertain people. Okay. Nowadays, this quite disappearing, and you can find a lot of rotaba, sewing machine, technology. Bartenders want to go deep in what the chef are doing in the kitchen, to combine a little bit what the essence are, kind of perfume industry, what it is, and to combine in the cocktail. Third thing is about fruits. Okay, I remember for 10 years I was going around the world. I was asking, do you have lime, lemon, orange? Yes. Almost all the world has orange, lime, lemon. Little bit different taste profile, but they have it. Okay. Today when I'm going to the bar, I'm asking, do you have lemon? No, I have white powder. Not the one that you think white powder, not that one. Yeah. Okay. Let's say this is the official one. So because bartenders want to create something more, something a little bit more exciting, something more tailor-made. So they're thinking now a little bit more about sustainability, zero waste, and acid are the great tools for that. And the fourth one is about drinks. Okay, you remember still today the most popular drinks in the world are Sex on the Beach, Mai Tai, etc. Okay, but nowadays if you go to the top 100 bars in the world, you will not find a lot of this. You will find a glass of water. Okay, all the drinks are going in a different way. More transparency, more, we call it simplicity. Simple drink, but very, very complex. Okay, and this was the trigger when we start to develop Paragon. Okay, so we need as a brand to create something that will be a little bit ahead to be able to use a product that can help you to combine all of these let's say trends. Okay, and still today we have if you turn around, we have some trends that were very popular years ago, but still today are quite high. Let's say fat washing, okay. Let's say fermentation, clarification. Everybody in the world now today is doing clarification, clarified drinks. You have carbonization that is popping up everywhere, it's big topic. Many brands, many people are doing training seminars about carbonization. But what have in common these four big trends nowadays that you can find in the bar? Fat wash, milk punch or clarified drinks, carbonization, and fermentation. Yes?
Time consuming.
One of these, yes?
It's a natural process.
Yeah, but something really more specific, it's a texture. For many years, bartending was struggling with texture. Okay, this is why nowadays we have many bartenders developing this different type of fat washing fermentation because it's bringing texture. And we will talk today a little bit also with acid and texture. Okay? So, when we talk about acids, first thing that the people know is about alien. Okay? You know this film, this movie? Okay, you know the saliva that is going, out. It's acid. It's burning everything. Second one, if you will speak with your people, with your guests in the bar, it's this. This is what normal people knows about acid. Nothing more than that. Okay, so it's good to explain also to your people, to your guests, a little bit when you can see some acid written on the menu, or when you speak a little bit about the product that you are creating, super juice or things like this, what is inside. I need to run a little bit because we are running out of time, and I want really to share with you all what I want to prepare for you here. So, but why acid? So why we're talking about acid? Yeah, it's trendy, but first of all, because today bartenders little bit underestimate the way of using acid. They are not thinking about all the main points that one acid or many acid can bring to your drinks, and how to use in a proper way different acids, maybe together or maybe separately. Second point is we as a bartender, when we know very well our ingredient, we can manipulate the acidity of your cocktails. You can manipulate, allowing you to create something really specific, something unique for your guests and for your customers. And this is the reason why we'll talk today about the role of acid. Because many people, when I ask them what to think about acid, many they say, it's something that only is balancing the sugar or is giving us acidity. Yes, it's true, but it's much more than that. So here we have 7 different roles of acid. One of these, of course, is acidity or freshness. It's zesty dimension, so tangent. It's to give you sharpness. It's lifting and highlighting other ingredient. Very important to know which ingredient you will use with which acid. I will show you during this seminar. I will taste a little bit of things, so you can taste it. And I will showcase exactly this when you have the wrong acid with the ingredient that you want to enhance it, to showcase how the ingredient will miss because you didn't understand well the acidity of this acid. Fourth, it's of course the balance to contract the sweetness. Enhance the aroma, exactly, with acidity we can enhance the aroma. Preserve, so with acidity we can preserve the liquid. Influence the mouthfeel. You will see today with the lactic acid exactly, we can have also the milky mouthfeel. You can have texture. So this is more or less the role of acid. I will ask my colleague to start with the tequila, because every seminar, every good seminar starts with a little bit of alcohol. Okay, so I prepared a little bit of tequila. I don't know if it will be for everybody, but I hope they will manage. Don't drink before I tell to you, because it's very important to keep the tequila aside. Cool. So don't drink yet. So why I'm sharing with you tequila and lime? Did you get also the lime? Yes? Okay. So you can take the lime in one hand. Is anybody in the room, when they are doing any drinks or using acids, you are calculating the pH? Yeah? You know what is pH? More or less? So the pH is the measurement of the acidity, okay, the alkalinity of the acids. So, but pH doesn't define the profile, doesn't define the acidity of your mouthfeel. It's not the pH that will change your taste. Okay, the pH is there to define how much acid is a product, but not about the mouthfeel. I will give you a small hint of this. So, this is an old trick. The people are giving you when you order tequila in the club. They give you a shit tequila, and they give you a lime or lemon, with salt. Why? Because lemon is full of acid. It's a pH, it's around 2.2, 2.4, and it's covering your mouthfeel. Actually, it's bringing you a lot of saliva in your mouth, so you cannot perceive any taste. So next 10 seconds, you can drink whatever you want. It's just like you will feel just, a liquid and a little bit of alcohol, and that's it. Because the strong acidity, the strong acid that is inside the lemon lime, it's covering your mouth. Okay? So now you can taste the tequila and lime. Cheers, Yamas. Cool. So I will continue just to explain a little bit more what I'm talking about. So here I took like the most common acid in the bartender bowl. Okay. So I will start from the end, from the right side to the left. So acetic acid, it's coming from vinegar, but it's extraction, it's chemical extraction and chemical reaction that brings you vinegar, from vinegar to the acetic. You have tartaric acid that comes from grape. You have lactic acid coming from the fermentation of malic acid. Okay. You have malic acid coming from apple mainly, but also you can find in citrus. Citric acid coming from lemon and lime mainly, but you can find in many other citrus. And gluconic acid that we'll talk a little bit later more about it. It's a new acid. We found out it when we create Paragon. I will talk a little bit later. It's coming from the fermentation of honey. But the most, you know this, you know those acids, you are using it for sure. But what is the most important part of the acid is how they are working in our mouth. What is the role? What is actually the feeling that you have when you are drinking this acid? So I will start with the three that are more sour, with more acidic. So it's acetic, tartaric, and citric acid. Those acids are very, very sour. So everything what they're doing with them, you need to really care about the quantity. Because if you mess up with the quantity, you can feel just sourness, okay? And you lose your flavor, your essence, your aromatic profile of the cordial or whatever you are doing. Second, it's malic acid and lactic acid. They are low in sourness, they are low acidity, but a little bit long lasting, okay? And we have the gluconic acid that is really, really low in acidity, but very, very long lasting. So that what that means, that those acids, you have much more feeling in your mouth. So you can play with aromatic profile much better than the first three. So you will see later, we'll combine those three and we will show you how it works in your mouth. I will ask my colleague to go with the first sample. So before you try, I will also share with you a little bit like what is today what bartenders are doing with acids. So first, clarify citrus. So they're using a lot to help to clarify the citrus juice. Second, to extract the juice. Second is sour alternatives as a super juice. Many people nowadays are not using anymore just a classic lemon lime juice, but they're using super juice. Thanks to Kevin Post and other people who make this available to everybody to help to understand what is happening and how to create it. Signature acid blends. Many bartenders are using to do cordials or their signature solution, and to acid juices. So actually, how to create from an orange juice the taste of a lemon juice or lime juice, or how to from a grapefruit to balance with acidity, to have the acidity as a lemon juice or lime juice, but having the taste of grapefruit. Okay, this is the main thing. But what you are trying now, I will just come back later to this. So, when we were in Africa, we found something that is look like this. It's a bottle. It's in the middle of the forest. It's a very humidity, and we think, okay, it's Cameroon, so you have a nice rum, nice whiskey. No, it's honey. What? Honey? Yeah, we keep the honey here. It's called oku honey. It's a traditional honey from Africa. Okay, it's a sour honey. We taste this honey that doesn't have a taste as a honey because it's sour, it's very dark. But we took a lot of this honey to take in the laboratory to understand what is inside. And we find out the gluconic acid. So gluconic acid, it's very interesting because it's coming from the natural fermentation of sugar. So if you look here, on the left side, you have a molecule of sugar. On the right side, you have gluconic acid. So just one molecule of oxygen is inside. So it's just the sugar that's fermented and became acidic. So this acid is gluconic acid. It's very interesting. It's very powerful acid that you can use in many, many ways. What you are trying at the moment, I split down a little bit our acid base because for Paragon, the pepper collection, we are using two types of acid. We are using citric acid and gluconic acid. Gluconic acid as the base, 96% and 4% of citric acid. We keep the pH 1.8, okay, but very, very balanced. So here, what I want to show to you, in the first sample you have the citric acid, 40 grams per liter, and the flavor of rhubarb. Okay, you can taste it. You see how it works. Can you go to the second sample? It's coming. Yes, the third one. Exactly now. Thank you. So I split a little bit the acid base with the same ingredient to make you aware what is happening in our mouthful, how it works. So the second sample that you will have now of rhubarb is just gluconic acid, 40 grams, and the same flavor, rhubarb. You will see immediately a big difference between the two. By the way, rhubarb is a pepper. It's coming from Ethiopia. It's Ethiopia coffee. It smells and tastes as a fruit. Rhubarb, it's a taste of passion fruit mainly, and smell of caramel. So you will see a small difference between them. So it's the same amount of acid, different acid, same ingredient, completely change the taste profile. First a little bit more acidic, second a little bit more sweet. There's no sugar inside. Citric acid and rhubarb, and the second one is gluconic acid and rhubarb. When you're ready, you can go with the fourth one. So in this one that you will taste, it is coming. Actually, what we did, we split base, citric and gluconic acid, 20 grams per liter, and rhubarb again. Yes. So you will feel now another taste profile with same acid but blended. It's another taste profile. How do you like it? It's a small sample, I know, but it's just to have an idea about the acidity and what you can do, and how the acidity is playing the role. Good. Any question until now? Yes, please.
The pH of the three samples is the same, or is there?
Yes. We keep the same pH just to make aware, you know, how it's working the acid. I'm waiting to have everybody. Yeah. Any other question until now? Until we're waiting that the samples are spreading around. Cool. So actually, what we did in the end, we discovered that we tasted many different acids for our base, and we understood that every acid is working completely different with different ingredient. So for our base, the best way to have at the same time low pH 1.8, but to have at the same time also strong acidity in the beginning and long lasting of the flavor, and to enhance the flavor of blueberry was the best option to have a bigger percentage to the base of gluconic acid and a small percentage of citric acid just for the sharpness. This blend works perfectly for this ingredient. Okay, we have also another two, that is timothy and benja. For those two, we also needed. We are using the same acid, gluconic acid and citric acid, but we need to calibrate a little bit more one and less the other to have the same mouthfeel to enhance in the right way the raw material. Can we go to the next one? Yes. So the last one, not the last one, but the fifth sample that we will try, it's actually our original blueberry cordial. Now you will feel when we adjust in the right way the amount of acidity, the amount of sugar, and the amount of the raw material, the ingredient, you will have another story around. Stronger smell, stronger acidity, but also strong flavor in aftertaste. What do you think? Makes sense? You know, this is how, what is the role of acid, okay? So to balance the sugar, to balance the flavor, and to enhance the flavor at the same time. And what is most important, when you are doing a product, an ingredient that you will incorporate in your drinks, it's not important how the ingredients, or when you finish your ingredient, if it's a cordial or whatever you are creating, it's much important how it will looks inside the drink. What will get, what will be the role of this ingredient in your cocktail. Okay, this is the reason why when we create this cordial, we anticipate a little bit what the bartenders can do with this product, and we balance the right amount of acids to be sure that this cordial will go a step further in the perception of the cordial inside the juice. Okay? So, what do you think about the last ingredient, the last samples? Cool. So, few more slides and we are finishing. We're adding to the new chapter, to the Misty collection. We realized when we built the first one, when it was 2017, we actually 2018. At that moment, just 2 of 10 best bars in the world were using cordial on the menu or acid in the bar. Okay, so 6 years later, when we start to develop the new chapter, we realized that bartenders start to look on the acid, start to create cordials, and in 2023, 8 of 10 bartenders are using cordial on the menu. So it's a big step further, you know, in the perception of cordial and acid. But in that moment, we wanted, okay, we have this one, those one, work well, the bartenders understood it. We need something a little bit different. We tried to find 3 very interesting ingredients, but also we want to go a step further in the acidity level. So to incorporate those 3 ingredients that are Palo Santo, Vetiver, and Labdanum, we needed an extra push, okay, that will not just help to have a nice balanced cordial, but also to have texture and to have complexity. Because nowadays the no ABV trend that is everywhere, it's missing an ingredient that gives you complexity, give you an ingredient or a feeling that you have alcohol is alcohol, being realistic, is giving you complexity, is giving you the body of the drink. Okay, so we wanted to recreate a cordial that can help you to build a drink that is not called low ABV or alcoholic, of course, but to have a really strong complexity and mouthfeel. So we were looking on what the wine industry is doing, and because when when you are learning, you need to look around you, what you have around you. And you know, we are from France, so we were looking what the winemakers are doing, and we discovered that they are using a lot of acid. Okay, so we look a little bit around and we ask them what you are using. They are saying we are using different acid. We are using malic acid, but we are using a bacteria that is called lactic acid bacteria. That actually it's eating, it's actually changing the malic acid that is actually naturally found in grapes. It's transforming into lactic acid. So why lactic acid in wine? Because we need strong flavor enhancer and we need texture. Okay, cool. So let's talk about that. So we start to little bit think more about this, how to prepare lactic acid. We discovered that the lactic acid, as I mentioned, has a really strong aroma enhancement. Has a really strong microbiota stability. It's very important because we're using all the natural flavors that comes from many different types of distillation. So we need to be really care about how to preserve this strong ingredient inside the bottle. And it's again a reduction of acidity. So we didn't want to overproof a cordial or your drinks, but we want to have a really stable acidity, but a very strong mouthfeel of them. So for the new generation of Paragon, we are using 3 types of acid. We are using the same gluconic acid as the base. We are using lactic acid and citric acid together. Okay. So in this way, those 3 ingredients can really have a very strong taste profile and aromatic profile in your drinks. So just to present you a little bit how we built the product. So we start from the chapter 1 and we had strong sharpness and we have a long lasting from gluconic acid. Okay. What we are missing for the next generation of cordials, we're missing the body. So we were looking on the scale, what can bring us the body, and we find out the lactic acid works perfectly. So when you're drinking, we have a sharpness of acidity, you have a body in the lactic acid, and you have a long lasting in the gluconic acid. I will ask my colleague to give us last sample that you will try. It's a labdanum. It's a final product. So it's our labdanum cordial. Labdanum, I don't know if you're familiar with, but it's actually coming, it's a resin coming from a flower. A flower, it's very nice, it's called a rock flower or Cistus flaminiferus. It's growing all over Greece, Italy, Spain, and actually it was discovered by Egyptian people. They were putting this flower fresh in the book. When they came to Egypt, they opened the book, everything was smelled very nicely. So they discovered something inside this flower. They start to use this black resin to redistill it and to create essential oil. After, it's just a history. Nowadays, labdanum is very common in the perfume industry. If you go to Dubai or any Arabic country, you will smell this comfort taste profile that is coming from labdanum. Okay, so what we are doing, we are doing steam distillation to extract essential oil. After that, we are doing solvent extraction. That is actually a very complex fat washing. It is under minus 60 degrees, but under vacuum, and we are redistilling at the same time, so to achieve very concentrated, clean flavor of labdanum. I hope you like it. I just want to share with you some, let's say, takeaways from this masterclass, from this seminar. That the acid is not only to create a balance in the drink, but we can do much different things on this. The citric acid, it's very common, but try to find other acids to combine together. Try really to combine different type of acid with different ingredients to have a different approach to drinks. Not think only about acid, but think about what else you can do with acids. And do your research for acid base, because some acids you'll not be able to use it in the drinks. So be really careful about that. Try to learn a little bit about, and yeah, that's it from my side. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions. Paragon stand. I will be here all day. We have a guest shift tonight with Ivan in love again with Stravinsky from Barcelona. So please join us. Thank you and enjoy.